Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Spur main road cleared following major oil spill Sunday night. DPP responds to criticisms following ruling in the Barnett's case. And later in sports, WADA promises more funding for Caribbean region. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shamela Pullen. Here are the details. There was chaos on the Spur main road in St. Elizabeth, which was the scene of multiple crashes and an oil spill. The road, which closed, inconveniencing scores of motorists for hours, is now reopened. TVJ News understands 7 motor vehicles were involved in crashes. There were no fatalities.
One member who is now trapped in the vehicle and is now being rescued by the personnel on the scene from the fire department and the police. We're asking motorists to use alternate routes and to expect significant delays until the fire people would have cleaned this roadway as well as would have cleared the roadway.
We'll have more details on this story in Primetime News tonight. To a developing story from Houston, Texas. 3 of 5 people shot and killed at a home in Fort Bend County were Jamaicans. They are believed to have been originally from St. Ann. We have more from the KPRC2 channel in Texas.
Early Saturday morning, Fort Bend County deputies and emergency responders swarming this quiet cul-de-sac in Richmond. But no one knew what they were about to see inside this home along Corey Cornell Lane.
Been wondering all day, what was the reason for all this?
Deputies saying 5 people were shot and killed, including a child. The owner of this home telling me over the phone her daughter lives here. She and her grandchild are among those killed.
I don't know, that's just horrible to think that somebody could do that to a child, family member, makes no sense, senseless.
Deputies telling me the shooter is among one of the dead. Investigators calling this apparent domestic violence.
They were real quiet, kept to themselves, nothing out of the ordinary.
The Marins Bay Police in St. Thomas is reporting that 2023 ended with a reduction in major crimes. At the recent monthly municipal corporation meeting, Deputy Superintendent O'Neill Thompson shared details.
The division recorded 6 major crimes and the corresponding period of December 2022 when the division recorded 10 major crimes. In 2023, 24 cases of murder were recorded in the St. Thomas division compared to 40 in the previous year, that is 2022. This represents a decrease of 16 or 40%.
4 of the 24 murders have been cleared while 15 are still under investigation. DSP Thompson commended several stakeholders for the division's success.
Yes, we should be credited, but I wouldn't say this solely on the part of the police, but the municipal council as part of our partnership. We partner with them, other stakeholders, and I must commend even the citizens, the residents of this parish for their support or their contribution in getting our crime figure down.
The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions is responding to criticisms about her ruling in the matter involving National Water Commission Mark Barnett and his wife. Paula Llewellyn was speaking on Power 106 Morning Agenda Monday. Karen Simpson reports.
The public was stunned when the Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn, in her report last week, said she could not prosecute National Water Commission's President Mark Barnett and his wife for breaching environmental laws. This as a 12-month window to bring the Barnetts before the court had passed. Ms. Llewellyn believes the backlash following her ruling is because of a lack of understanding by the public.
I think it's important that the public understand. I'm going to be cynical. I do know that some members of the media take advantage of the fact that people are swayed by headlines. So they see the headline, and in fact, I gather that when the Gleaner came out with their headline about no prosecution, that on social media, people started giving me the flack. And other people were saying, but you haven't read their ruling because it's all of 12 pages.
But she was quick to point out that not all is lost and the Barnetts can still be brought to book for the breaches.
Now, let me say categorically, although NEPA, their window to bring the permittees before the court has closed because of the provision, not because of what I say, but because of the provision of Section 37 of the NRC Act, which is their enabling legislation. The KSAMC would still have the opportunity to bring the permittees to book once they go through their administrative process. Fixed penalty or carrying the matter before the court. It can't be both.
She also questioned NEPA's process in prosecuting persons under the Natural Resources and Conservation Act.
First of all, none of the lawyers that were there at that time are still there. But my inquiries gleaned that it would appear that they have a very cumbersome process before they can initiate prosecution, which may involve getting sign-off from the board.
So the board of NEPA?
Yes, this is what my research gleaned. So it is only NEPA and their officers or their CEO who could tell you what their administrative process is, and if it is indeed so very cumbersome, why?
In a recent statement, the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation says it was looking into the recommendations made by both the DPP and Integrity Commission on the matter. Kerry-Ann Simpson for TVJ News.
The National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, says 50 additional trucks will be added to its fleet soon. Speaking on TVJ's Smile Jamaica Monday, Executive Director Audley Gordon says they should arrive in the country in the next 3 to 4 months. This will bring to 100 the number of new trucks in the system. Meanwhile, Mr. Gordon says the new trucks now in the system have helped even as garbage collection continues to be a major issue.
It is what saved the system.
Wow.
Because what had happened at the NSWMA is for a good 8 to 10 years, no truck was bought for the agency. So when I reached the agency, 2016, I inherited largely a whole fleet which was depleted because of the cost to maintain the trucks was more than the budget. So we had to be retiring trucks out the system that is no longer cost effective to keep on trucks. Right. And then with that, our fleet was being depleted. Now NSWMA is largely a trucking company.
Really?
If we don't have trucks, we are dead.
And Mr. Gordon says the NSWMA will not be placing garbage bins along the airport strip in Kingston. He says littering should not be allowed in some spaces.
Based on our experience, Simone, if we were to put drums and things along the airport strip, you wouldn't like to pass there after, based on our experience, which is why we are discouraging that kind of behavior and encouraging personal responsibility. I go to the airport strip. When I am leaving the airport strip, it never dawned on me to leave a cup that I was drinking up, and it just never dawned on me.
The opposition People's National Party is lamenting the lack of investment in infrastructural developments in Westmoreland. This was a major talking point at a meeting in the parish last night where the candidates for the local and general elections were announced. Details in this report.
At a PNP meeting on Sunday night, PNP General Secretary and MP aspirant for Eastern Westmoreland, Dr. Dayton Campbell, spared no words. He hit out at the government on a number of fronts. First, roads.
They do not want a government that only focus on highway, but they want a government to fix road going to their yard. The people have said that water is life and they want water in the pipes in Eastern Westmoreland.
Dr. Campbell also called for greater job opportunities for the people of Westmoreland, especially youths.
We have so many young people who want to get employment, but because they get the work way over niggle, they must fear no make them can take up the opportunities. Time come now for more hotel development in
He further chastised the government for what he says is a lack of interest in the small man.
When they give to the big companies, they say it is to boost production and employment. And when we give to the poorer people, they say it's handout. When time comes now for that single mother to be able to raise chicken and send her picnic go to school to get proper education, because education is a vaccine against poverty.
In the meantime, PNP President Mark Golding has expressed a new level of confidence in regaining control of the parish of Westmoreland.
What the people of Westmoreland now have representing them in Garden House is undeserving of this great parish. I haven't heard any of them say a word in the parliament. I don't know what them sound like when them talk.
Shane Masters, TVJ News.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. Several health facilities in St. James have been earmarked for major upgrades. Speaking at last Thursday's Municipal Corporation meeting, Medical Office of Health for the parish, Dr. Tanique Bailey-Small, says work is currently being done at health centres like Flanker and Catherine Hall. Work is also expected to begin in areas like Springfield and Maroontown soon.
We are able to serve our clients in state-of-the-art facilities, and not just our clients, but our staff members as well have a more comfortable place to work. So we look forward to the continued improvement of our facilities. I haven't spoken about Type 5 because Type 5 is special. But over the time period we can't say that it has just been the Ministry of Health, but it has really been a collaborative effort.
Dr. Bailey-Small also says efforts are being made to address human resource issues at health facilities in the parish.
The ministry is on the move in terms of increasing the number of posts we've gotten the additional posts for doctors. We now know that there's also a nursing shortage, so actively we're trying to recruit nurses, because one of the things that you don't want is that we want to give the service that persons require. And so we have these lovely facilities. We need to have the staff to put in them. So we are working actively on that.
It's now time for the Business Minute.
Jamaica's economy is projected to see slower growth come 2025. The latest Global Economic Prospects report by the World Bank shows the country's GDP increasing by 1.4%. That's lower than the forecast growth for 2024, which is 2%. The outlook, however, reflects an improvement which was held against last year's 2025 projection, with GDP output then programmed at 1.2%. Further afield, Pixar is reportedly set to slash jobs this year. According to Variety, some staffers will be let go in the back half of 2024. The exact number of workers affected is not yet known. The expected layoffs come as Disney wraps production on several films and TV shows. The studio is also coming off of a year of high-profile misses at the box office, which saw underwhelming returns for the latest Indiana Jones film, The Marvels, and the animated film, Wish. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Shane Masters.
Time now for the top regional and international stories.
In the region, Bernardo Aravela was sworn in as Guatemala's president minutes after midnight on Monday, following months of efforts by Congress opponents to derail his inauguration. The ceremony was delayed for 9 hours as lawmakers attempted for a final time to block Aravela from taking office. He arrives in the presidency after securing a landslide victory in last August's elections. On the international scene, the entire population of the Icelandic town of Grindavík have been evacuated from their homes following a volcanic eruption on Sunday that left several houses on fire. This is the second time in recent months that the town had to be evacuated due to volcanic activities. Now, experts are describing the eruption as the worst-case scenario, as the main road into the town has been cut off by the flow of lava. And 4 people are dead and 1 is in serious condition after a hot air balloon crashed in Eloy, Arizona on Sunday. The aircraft was carrying 13 adults, a balloon operator, 4 passengers, and 8 skydivers. The skydivers reportedly jumped from the balloon just moments before it crash landed. The exact cause of the crash is unknown. However, preliminary information suggests it occurred after the balloon had an unspecified problem with its envelope. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Amoy Harriet.
Thank you, Amoy. We head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report with Jordan Ford.